It looks like Doctor Who is only going to get worse as the tenure for Ncuti Gatwa's 15th Doctor continues into the Christmas holiday special and into 2024. We have Ncuti Gatwa confirming that an upcoming episode will lean into the very liberal leftist bubble that he lives in reality, in our world here. Before we get into this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that bell for notifications, hit that subscribe button. With that out of the way, let's get into this here. Wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com. Headline reads, Doctor Who actor Ncuti Gatwa promises upcoming episode will lean into, quote, very leftist liberal bubble. Indeed, that is what he said. As reported by the Daily Mail, Gatwa was discussing audience reaction to him being cast as the Doctor in the series. At one point in his conversation with Radio Times, he said, I think I felt a particular affinity to Jodie Whittaker just because of the shared struggle, as in the Doctor's never been seen like this before, and what that means for yaysayers, naysayers. How do you navigate that? She was so generous with her story and her experience of it all, already playing the victim. This is how our society operates now. You must play the victim in order to sell whatever you're trying to sell. I'm sick of it. We need to get rid of this. It needs to go away. We need to get back to focusing on selling things based on merit and whether or not it's actually good instead of uh, selling things based on your victim status. And here we are, Ncuti Gatwa selling his Doctor Who show on his victim status already. But nevertheless, he goes on and says, I was a little bit braced for impact and then was very pleasantly surprised because it was the antithesis of what I was expecting. But then also, what's scary is that we all live in social media bubbles. I remember scrolling on Twitter and being like, oh my gosh, I'm so loved. He then predictably accused critics of being racists. He says, and then I clicked on one tweet that wasn't as positive, and then it opened up an entire world of the opposite feeling. Oh no, there they are. Seeing the anagrams of my name made into a racial slur was just lovely. Obviously, he didn't say that, but it's unclear exactly what he was trying to say there. I would probably agree that the Daily Mail did a good job of adding that in there because that seems to be what he was implying. Who knows if that's actually true? Almost none of these people share any evidence of this, and it's hard to find it when you're perusing these social media sites because usually people aren't doing that kind of thing. But again, it helps his victim status if he says that he does it, and a lot of people will end up believing him regardless of whether or not he provides any evidence of it. But this is where he gets into promising how awful the show is going to be. He went on to say, but it was interesting. As I say, I live in a very leftist, liberal bubble. And in fact, there's a really great episode coming up next year where we lean into that. So he's promising that Doctor Who will get even more leftist and more liberal after the most obnoxious show I've ever seen, episode of television I've ever seen, which was the Star Beast, where they were clearly hammering away with propaganda over and over and over again, trying to tell you that a man was some kind of beautiful woman when indeed a man cannot become a woman. It's just not possible. And then it also had some very insidious stuff where the doctor, David Tennant's doctor, was being lectured on his pronouns, and then he immediately apologized, obviously wanting us to act the same way, or at least people watching the show to act in that same manner as the doctor. When someone tells you to use the correct pronouns, you must immediately apologize for using the wrong ones and use the proper ones instead. No, we should not be using that. We should not be bowing to these people at all. We should be telling them, no, I will continue to speak the truth. A man is a man and a woman is a woman. And if you are a man, I will use male pronouns. And if you are a woman, I will use the female pronouns. That is how it operates. That is the truth of reality. But so it's going to get worse than that, apparently, because we're going to get very leftist, very liberal bubble being leaned into in Doctor Who. It's absolutely terrible. Can't imagine this improving the ratings whatsoever. Not only that, he did confirm the show would discuss his race. He said, yes, definitely, it would be stupid if we didn't. He then added, the doctor has always walked into unknown situations and taken charge with authority. Historically, there's only really one demographic of people that are able to do that. And it's certainly not a woman, and it's certainly not someone black. Thank God things are changing. So Ncuti Gatwa admitting his own personal bias there. I think you can figure out what he's doing. He's obviously lying because there are numerous historical examples of lots of different demographic people conquering other people. That's how history has operated for a long time, and we have numerous examples of that. So this guy is either clearly delusional or just outright lying to push this sick, disgusting agenda. And it's very clear by his comments here that Doctor Who has completely been captured by the agenda, if it wasn't already by the 3 60th anniversary specials they already released. So I'm going to be relishing the fact that people will be dropping this show like a hotcake. They don't want to get their hands burned, and they're going to run away from it as fast as they possibly can. Let me know what you guys think about what Ncuti Gatwa had to say here. Leave a comment below, and always to be charitable.